This is a quick demo of how to create a buyer's account on Material Bidders. Create buyer's account. Step 1. How did you know about us? This is a question on how you know about Material Bidders. It is important as it gives us clues on how our clients were able to find us and what we should do in the future to increase our audience. Email. You should enter your email, of course. It is preferred that you write the email that you use for your business activities. Username and password. Enter a username, a password and then a password confirmation. It is preferable that you save this password somewhere safe for you to remember it. Type of business. For the type of business, please select buyer. That applies to all who will be purchasing construction materials or posting contractors' tenders on Material Bidders. Security code. Enter the security code that shows on your screen in order to complete your first step of registration. Don't forget to check the box for the terms of use after reading them carefully. Create a buyer's account. Step 2. Official company name. Enter your company's name. Note that you can register all of your procurement employees in all your company branches inside one account by creating sub-accounts later on. Type of business. Enter the type of business you belong to. As a buyer, you can be either a real estate developer, a contractor, a material trader, or any other type of buyers. You can enter your type in case it does not exist in the list. Country of origin. Enter the country of origin where your business is. It is important as it allows us to verify the presence of your company in this indicated country for security reasons. Number of employees. Enter the number of employees, either in your city or worldwide, if the company is a multinational firm. Head of procurement department. Then enter your name or the name of the head of the procurement department in case you do not occupy this position. This is important as the head of procurement is the best person to distribute the tasks later on the different employees who will be sub-registered to use the account. Head of procurement's department email and mobile. Then enter all the contact information of the head of procurement, including his email, mobile number. Make sure that the number is working as it might be used to contact him at a certain point, and the company's contact information. Create a buyer's account. Step 3. Personnel name. You have to also add the information of the account administrator, who might not be the same as the head of procurement or can be the same person. Personnel, administrator. All contact information should be entered. Create a buyer's account. Step 4. Company document type. Trade license, tax certificate, certificates, or other. Finally, you should add all the official documents of your company. This is important because it allows Material Bidders to make sure that the company exists in order to ensure the quality of the service to its users. Buyer's activities. Creating and posting projects and packages. Add new project. Project name. In order to initiate a tender to buy a material, you have to create a project first. A single project can have an unlimited number of materials purchased for it. Project information. You should enter all the information related to this project, the client's name, the person in charge of the project in your firm, etc. Type of contract. You should also enter the type of contract for that project, fixed price, unit price, cost plus, or other, if you have this kind of information as well as its budget. General contracting. In case you want to create a general contracting tender, not a purchase of material, you can check this box in order to create a tender for this project to be sent to general contractors. Please note that if you want a specialized contractor to supply and install a specific material, continue creating a project then a package for a material, Then check the Supply and Apply box, which in this case will bring you the suppliers who can also install that material, which can be specialized contractors. Create new package. After creating a project, you can proceed with creating an unlimited number of packages within the same project. Request for information project. Buyers can also use material bidders to request information on specific materials, not necessarily for an immediate purchase. You can post all the information about the material, specs, quality, place of delivery, etc., in order to get a quotation and detailed specs from the corresponding suppliers. This is very useful if you are studying the cost of a project. Package name. Each package refers to a certain item in your project, wooden doors, insulation materials, etc., which you expect to be provided by a single supplier. Person in charge. Also, you can enter the name of the person in your firm who will be in charge of this package. Priority. Check the priority button so that suppliers would give attention to the package the soonest. Type of purchase. You can select from these options, either bid or direct purchase, so that the suppliers would know if you are planning to buy directly from one of them or you will be going through phases of bidding looking for the best price. Start date. The start date indicates the date the package will be sent out to the corresponding suppliers. Inquiries deadline. You should specify a deadline for the suppliers to send you their inquiries about the tender you just posted for the package. Closing date for pricing. The closing date is the deadline where all bidding documents should be submitted by the tenderers. The system will not accept any offers or updates of offers to be uploaded after this date. Date of delivery. The delivery date is the date you will be requesting the materials to be delivered to your project or the address you specify. Payment method, currency, payment terms and type of contract. Buyers should also specify the payment method they want this package to be calculated upon, as well as the currency, payment terms they prefer, and the type of contract they are planning to pursue for the deal in this package. Contract general conditions. Buyers can also add the general conditions of the contract that will be signed with the winning supplier so that he would take all terms into consideration while pricing. Expression of interest requested. You can request an expression of interest if you want to know early enough how many suppliers would be interested to tender for this package you are posting. Insurance requested and notes. Buyers can also request insurance on the materials they are purchasing during shipping. This can affect the pricing, hence it should be clear in the tendering of the package together with the insurance notes. Shipping. Delivery requested and shipping notes. You can also specify if shipping and delivery to your project is requested, as it can affect the price. Shipping notes are important to be completed in this case. Comply sheet. It is important for buyers to post a compliance sheet so that tenderers would know exactly the documents needed to be submitted from their side during the tendering process. Warranty draft. Also, in case you are requesting a warranty on the materials or equipment you want to purchase, details of that warranty should be added as it will affect the prices proposed by the tenderers. Factory allocated test. If you are requesting testing at the factory for the materials you are purchasing, and as this adds to the cost and accordingly the price of the materials, this information should be added to your package to be taken into consideration. Full details about the type of testing should be prescribed in the factory allocated test notes. Add new item to the package. Project and package name. Now that you have created a project, then a package within a project, wooden doors for example, you can then add items within the package. For example, if you have wooden doors for entrances, wooden doors for bedrooms, etc. Only make sure that all items can be supplied by the same suppliers. You cannot combine wooden doors and aluminum doors as they are not likely supplied by the same supplier. Supply type. Select the type of supply in case you want it supply only or supply and apply, as it should affect the price as well as the type of supplier you are targeting. Material selection. You should select the material description or code from the CSI drop-down menu. This is a very important step as this is the link between you and the corresponding supplier to your package. You have to be very accurate in selecting the item that better describes the material of the package you are posting. Quantity, preferred country of origin, and method of measurement. You can then enter all the information needed for the item you are adding to the package, the quantity, the country of origin, the method of measurement. You can also post a table with all the items, BOQ, instead of entering each item separately. Samples required. You should indicate if you will require samples to be delivered to you or not, as this adds to the cost of the supplier. Accept alternatives. This option is important as it gives you the option of having alternative material to the one you have posted. For example, in case of waterproofing sheets, if you select accept alternatives you can get quotation for cementitious waterproofing, where you can then compare prices and quality. Supplier's origin. Buyers can also specify the origin of the supplier they want to deal with, and that is a filter that helps select the suitable supplier for them according to their request. Data type. Drawings, BOQ, specs, methods of measurement, or other. Buyers can add all the necessary documents, in this case they will be considered tender documents, that would help tenderers put their prices as accurate as possible. A chat window will be available between the buyer and the tenderers to exchange information and inquiries. Buyers can add any additional documents in the future based upon the inquiries received from the tenderers.
Select suppliers. Buyers have to note that when they prepare a package they have the option either to send it to all suppliers registered in material bidders in the specific category, or they can select one or more from the list that shows up on their window. The names of the companies will have hyperlinks to their info and website so that buyers can check it before selecting them. Package. You can find information on your package and communicate with the suppliers interested in your tender in this page. You can follow up the offers submitted. Prices will not be displayed until the deadline of the tender as indicated in the details of your package. Please check the chat window in order to find requests for information from your future suppliers. Seen and interest. In this table you should track the progress of the responses of the different suppliers. You will see who saw the packages, and who expressed interest in participating in the tender, and finally who uploaded their offers. Verified supplier. Note that an asterisk will appear next to the name of certain suppliers. That means that material bidders has checked the existence of this supplier as a registered entity in the country he is claiming being country of origin. Chat. You can also chat with a group of suppliers who are invited to the tender. That should be an efficient alternative than emails that some might miss seen or did not reach any of them. That should remain the mean of communication with the suppliers during the tendering process in order to provide a transparent and fair process to all participants. The chat window should include all correspondences between you, the buyer, and the suppliers, whose identities will not be revealed inside the chat window. They will only show up as supplier 1, etc. Pending offers. You should find different categories for the offers that have been submitted for your tender. First is the pending offers, which are offers that you haven't reviewed and did not take a decision in their regard yet. Offer amount. The table will show a brief of the total amount of the offer and the currency. Documents. It should also show the list of documents submitted by the tenderer. Action. You then have to act to either accept the offer technically, and in this case the tenderer will be removed to the shortlisted table, or rejected, and in this case, offer will be removed to the rejected offers table. Shortlisted and rejected offers. Both tables, the shortlisted and rejected offers, will show the details of the offers submitted. Approved offer. Once you approve the supplier, that means that this is the winner of the tender and he will be notified of winning the tender. Issue purchase order. Once an offer has been approved, a tracking process will take place until the materials purchased are delivered to the indicated site. The buyer will have to enter some milestones such as the expected dates to sign the contract with the supplier, the requested delivery date, etc. that should be done after negotiations between buyer and winner supplier take place after MB notifies the latter of the result of the tender. Contract signage. Material bidders then tracks the process starting with the contract signage and keeps sending reminders to the buyer until the process takes place and gets checked by the buyer. Manufacturing. The start of the manufacturing date shall be entered by the supplier and also gets tracked by material bidders until it gets checked by the supplier that it is done. Shipping. Same process takes place for shipping the materials to the site specified by the buyer. It gets checked by the supplier once the shipping starts taking place and the buyer gets notified of this process. Delivery. Same process takes place for the delivery date, which gets specified by the buyer resulting from negotiations with the supplier. Once the materials are submitted, the buyer checks the box and that indicates the end of the process. Committed and professional. After ending the process, the buyer will have to evaluate the performance of the supplier throughout the tendering process. Evaluation shall be based on both commitment and professionalism. That evaluation translates into stars that show with the name of the supplier in future tenders, which gives an indication on the performance of that specific supplier for future buyers. Thank you for your precious time.